What's up guys, it's John Reeves Live, and today we're going to be checking out a live performance by McFly. This is actually called Where Did All the Guitars Go? Which I love that. It sounds so funny and also like I have no idea what we're in store for here. We actually on our Patreon just recently watched their entire Live at the O2 concert, and that is all on my Patreon. And there's a link to that in the description below if y'all would like to check that out. If y'all are new to my channel, please smash that sub button and let's do this. 3, 2, 1, boom! Freaking love these smaller venues. Snazzy SG. Okay.
When driving in my car, turned on the radio. I didn't get that far. I started wondering.
That is so clean. This riff, man.
Who's gonna play for the kids with long hair when nobody cares? It's how we cope with the pain. Don't you know the rock and roll is good for the soul?
This is so clean.
Wanted to write a song, I put the studio. I took a look around and started wondering, where did all the guitars go?
Dude, yes.
Did someone take them away? Where did all the guitars go? Now I got nothing to play. Who's gonna play for the kids with long hair when nobody cares? How will they cope with the pain? Don't you know the rock and roll is good for their soul?
I love that riff so freaking much, man.
Guitars go.
This has such a groove vibe to it, man. Very classic rock song again, and like just because it's like very riff heavy, man. I love the riffs of this. It's very iconic, and then like that. Where did all the guitars go? Feel that. I freaking feel that. God, that's so good.
Guitars go. Where did the guitars go? Where did the guitars go? Rock and roll is good for the soul. Rock and
I love
roll
this.
is good for the soul. Let me hear ya. You know. Rock and roll is good for the soul. Rock and roll is good for the soul. Rock and roll is good for the soul.
I love the crowds, man. God. Yes, dude. He always, like, every time I see him playing that EVH guitar, I'm like, he's gonna bust solo out now. Because whenever I first saw him playing, he was just riffing for a while, and I was like, man, it's a lot to set up a freaking an EVH guitar with a Floyd Rose system on it, the whammy bar, because you got like, if you do one thing wrong, that thing goes completely out of tune. So it's a lot for you to set up to really do solos on that, but it's so freaking cool and so worth it whenever he's actually shredding on it. It's awesome.
When I played a show,
Yes.
hundreds of people came. And as the lights went down,
He did not just do that.
that's when I realized
He's so funny, dude.
this is where the guitars go. It's where they'll always belong.
Yes, dude.
This is where the guitars go. Now everyone play along. Oh, and they'll always be there when no one else cares. It's how we go with the pain. Don't you know that rock and roll is good for the soul? Rock and roll is good
Love
for
this.
the soul. Rock and roll is good. It's good for the soul. It's good
Yes.
for the
That was freaking awesome, man. McFly. Again, so I gotta say this. Everybody keeps asking me, like, what type of music would you say that McFly is? I've gotten a lot of DMs. I'm like, dude, just check them out. But I've told a lot of people that like rock and roll. Rock and roll is the best way for me to describe them, because and it's kind of weird for me to say that because I don't think I've ever really categorized another band as like a rock and roll band. I never really say that. I'll call bands like rock bands. But for some reason, just classifying McFly as a rock band doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit very well. I don't know why, because they do a lot of different stuff. They're in different kind of generations of music. They play through a lot of different stuff, and I love that. So it's hard for me to really point it down. But whenever I say rock and roll, for some reason, it just fits for me. And them singing rock and roll is good for your soul, I feel like it's some type of a verification for me in that sense of me being able to call them a rock and roll band. Because I don't know. To be honest with you, there's not really a lot of them out there like this nowadays, especially. I mean, a lot of bands are like really heavily leaning into like one genre or another, whereas McFly kind of plays in a lot of different things. And I also said this on my live stream to my friend recently. He was like, the name McFly comes from Back to the Future, right? And I was like, yeah, I think so, probably. I'm not sure exactly where they got their name, but I'm pretty sure that's probably where it would be from. But up until this point, anytime somebody would have said McFly, I would have always thought Marty McFly. And I would have been like, oh, yeah, Marty McFly or whatever. They have changed that for me. If I hear the name McFly now, I don't think Back to the Future, which was my childhood staple, by the way. Like, I loved that movie. And I don't know. If you ever said McFly, Marty McFly, or that guy screaming McFly, like those things would have been the things that stuck in my head, or that would have came to mind. But now if you say McFly, I'm thinking this band, and I think that's so freaking cool. Thank you guys for leading me down this path of a really awesome band. I hope you guys are having a blessed day or night, whatever time it is you're watching this. Spread some positivity out there, be kind to each other, and if anybody needs anything at all of my socials are at John Reeves Live. Send me a message, and I'll catch y'all next time. Freaking toodles!